Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Icon family, and welcome to another Icon Talks.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. I would also like to pay respect to the elders, both past and present, of the Kulin Nation and extend that respect to other Indigenous Australians.
Welcome, and before we start, I'd like to introduce Alicia, who is our college captain. She's in Year 12 and is fantastic. We have Omar Abdel Hamid with us as well, who is the house captain for the Iman house at the school, and he does a fine job of that. And we also have a superstar in Ayman Raza from Year 10. Today, we're going to be talking about our current situation and COVID-19 and how the wonderful ICOM students are dealing with it. So first off, the first question I have for you three is, what did you learn about yourself in the last lockdown?
All right, so I guess I'll start first. So what I learned from our last lockdown, this was during Ramadan, and obviously our class was shorter, but it did have many hardships upon all of us by fasting and focusing on work at the same time. So I learned that I had to set a realistic schedule, something that I could rely on, stay on, and be more motivated. I was also worried that we could, lose our spirituality of Ramadan. But I felt that this isolation really helped us to stay calm and also relaxed by focusing on my religion and studies at the same time. From the last lockdown, also I learned that, staying connected can really motivate me as well.
So staying connected with who? Like your friends or people in the house, or like who?
Friends, family, close families, cousins, all around, yes.
All right. What about you two? So Ayman and Omar. So what did you learn from the last one?
She made a good point. Yeah.
Which one was that?
Yeah, she made a good point about how she took that, like there was a struggle about Ramadan and handling also schoolwork together. And then she took responsibility and kind of, how do I say this? Like judged or like,
She assessed?
yeah, exactly that. She did that. She made a timetable and what suited her and everything. And that was a good point.
Yeah.
But like what I done, I really thought that, this is just like a break, like a long ass holiday that we're just like relaxing and nothing's really happening around the world. It's just something small, it'll be over soon. And I didn't really take responsibility for my schoolwork or what I was doing in this time. I just kind of wasted it, and that I regret a lot, yeah.
Okay, so Omar, what did you learn last lockdown?
I learned that the best time we'll spend is with ourselves when we're away from all distractions. Like when I'm sitting in my room, one of the best things that you can actually do, it's not a crazy thing to do, just sit on your own and think things out and calm down. It'll tell you a lot about yourself, and about ideas will pop up out of nowhere, so it's good.
So I'm not saying you're anything like him, but like the Prophet ﷺ, he'd go to the cave, Mount Ghar Hira, and like he'd seclude himself and get with his thoughts and get with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's sort of what you did in your own little sense. So you were forced to do it.
Yeah, tadabbur in Arabic, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be it will be considered a type of worship.
Yeah.
Because in some way it makes you think about God and his creation and everything, and you're just sitting on your own.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I couldn't have put it better myself. I learned about myself is that I like cookies, and I ate way too many cookies. I'm not even going to lie about that. But I did make the cookies, so I actually was active. So the next question I have for you all is, what are you doing different in this current lockdown? Like I'll give you an example from me. Like I became more active, and I was focusing on my diet. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. With me, yeah, I just I kind of instead of like being lazy and everything, instead I try to change it up this time, and like reflected about what I did every day and how much time I'd wasted and what I could have done better, and how life is almost going to be this way. Like just a few months back, we were outside with our friends and everything, and then out of nowhere, this pandemic comes, and then people are dying. Some people didn't believe it, and then like around us, and we try to like we start to notice that people around us, that like people that we knew, or like, yeah, and we hear about all this happening. And at the start, we realized how we didn't really take it seriously at the start, and now this is all happening, and it's almost the end of the year, and it's still happening, and it's getting worse.
So I know there's a lot of rumors out there saying, "Oh, this isn't real" and whatnot. But I know that you've been affected personally by it.
Yeah, yeah,
As a family member,
um,
unfortunately, passed away
yeah.
during it because of it. So, like, how do you
Yeah.
sort of react to that information?
Well, one thing that I regret about that is that, well, talking about the reflection thing is that I hadn't really kept contact with him and everything that was happening, and this was really different because we started to notice that life isn't always, we're not always going to be living, and we need to live every day as if it's our last, and we need to be accountable for our actions
Yeah,
and do the right thing whenever we can.
beautiful. Omar and Alicia, what do you got to add there about
I
what
think,
you're doing different now?
yeah, one thing that I tried to do different was connect with people that I haven't spoken to for a long time, whether it be like cousins overseas or friends that I had from year 4 or something like that, that I haven't spoken to for years. So it was really nice knowing that they didn't really forget me, and we can rebuild that connection. You know what I mean?
You know what? I don't think I'll ever forget you.
No, because like for some reason now I learned like a lot about my family, like from overseas. Staying connected now is it's just such a great opportunity, and like you just actually create that even a stronger bond.
Yeah,
And also on the side of that, I feel like I sometimes take school for granted. Like now I just miss school so much, like attending school. I actually miss seeing my friends, like, talking to the teachers. Like that's something that I'm used to. I'm a social person. And I don't
yeah.
know about you guys, like I love interacting. That's something about me. And avoiding that is kind of quite distressing and like, unfortunate now.
All right.
But at the
So
same time, positive, like connecting through
throughout
FaceTime
and
and
whatnot.
yeah.
So look, I'm gonna refer to our teacher in this room here because um, myself, Eamon, and Alicia sort of went into lockdown a lot later than Omar did because Omar's been in lockdown since what? It's the start of term, whereas we went through about week 4, we got put
Mm.
into lockdown, right? So
Even
Omar, I'm going to let you start off this part. What are you doing to stay sane?
one thing that I'm trying to always keep in mind so that I can stay sane is that it's going to be over one day. So I always try to keep that at the back of my mind that it's temporary, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But one thing that I always try to do as well every single day is go out on a bike ride on my own, maybe listen to something, put
yeah.
on some headphones and just chill, whatever, sit, go around the park 100 times and just yeah, that's one of the
So you're
things that
making use of that hour.
yeah.
Nice. Eamon and Alicia, what do you got to add there?
Well, I'm like Alicia said that she's a really social person, and I can relate to that. And I miss socializing and the whole like concept of being at school, messing around, having these jokes and memories with teachers and us peers. And so I talk to my friends, stuff like that, and yeah, try to focus more on myself and becoming a better person.
Okay.
I think one thing about school though is I'm pretty sure we started this online thing, like for me at mid term 2, something like that.
Yeah.
So we went online, and then when the cases of corona started going to like 10 and everything, we went back to school. When we went back to school, I was like, this is boring, this everything. And then we went back online. Then was like an emotional roller coaster.
I'm sorry to have put, you know what?
Back
I'm not
and
going to say
forth,
I'm sorry
yeah.
to put you through it, but I'm going to say Dan Andrews is sorry that he put you through it. All right,
Yeah.
so Alicia, what
Like,
would you?
especially, I'm a U12 student, and U12 is supposed to be the most, you know, fun, memorable, something that you're supposed to like create great memories with your friends, your teachers. You're gonna leave the school and like face the real world.
Yeah.
And obviously, unfortunate, my year hasn't, been as what I expected. So as a U12 students, I have kind of missed out a lot as
Yeah.
what a normal U12 would have went through. And not only are we trying to stay safe, we're trying to stay sane and be cautious of our mental health too. So I'm trying to tell myself have hope for the future and also being resilient
Yeah.
in one way we can overcome this and stay connected. So obviously I'm just establishing a routine by making the most out of recess, lunch breaks, walking around. Even though I have siblings, I could just always go mess around with them, you know. And also obviously turning off all internet and mobile phones when it's not needed,
Yeah.
just get all the job done.
So just get away from technology
Um,
so you don't have to like have your brain
yeah,
firing all the time.
like
Uh,
yeah,
look,
exactly, and being exhausted. Yeah.
look, I'm gonna have to say we're gonna have to end the conversation now. But like from what I gathered from you, you're more grateful for the like the little things in your life. You're putting yourselves in other people's shoes, and like you're more mindful about how valuable school was or the environment was, even though it did get boring and stuff. So look, thank you very much for the conversation we've had. Uh, and um, you're more valued than you think. So, assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alaikum salam.